Mario is known for many things: jumping, plumbing, go-karting, and many more. However, story is not necessarily one of those things. It's not like there's no story in Mario, but it usually can be summed up in a single sentence. And that's why I thought it'd be fun to compare all the Mario plotlines and see which ones stand out from the rest. Although I'm only looking at the mainline games, because it would be a bit unfair to compare some of the spin-offs like Paper Mario or Mario and Luigi or Mario is Missing. So with that out of the way, let's go. Mario 1. Princess Toadstool is captured by King Koopa, who also turned all the toads into bricks. And it's up to Mario and Luigi to stop him and save the princess. Pretty okay plot, but the dialogue could use some work. This is kind of just like the baseline, so I'm just gonna say C tier. It could be better, but again, it's the first to do it, so you gotta give it a tiny bit of leeway. And Lost Levels is literally the exact same thing, so C tier, I guess. Mario 2. Now this one's got something a little unique going on. We got a little unique location, and King Wart is new, and there's even an epic plot twist at the end where the entire game was just a dream. Shyamalan is in tears right now. I'm just gonna give it a B for standing out amongst the crowd, It's something. Super Mario Bros. 3. So King Koopa's at it again and decides to send out the Koopalings to multiple kingdoms to go and steal their king's magic wands, then turn them into animals. So it's up to Mario and Luigi to stop them. Toadstool actually helps you by buying you items before getting kidnapped at the end of the game. So that's something. The Koopalings are neat, and the story isn't as simple as the first game, so I'll give it some points for that, but at the end of the day, it's still a B tier. Although I will say the theater aesthetic is a nice touch. Super Mario World. Mario and the gang go on vacation to Dinosaur Land when King Koopa steals Toadstool again. Besides beating Yoshi, the story is pretty much as basic as you can get for a Mario game, so C tier. Super Mario 64. This time we start with a letter written by Princess Peach inviting just Mario over for cake. Sorry, Luigi. But when he arrives, Bowser has took it over the castle and it's up to Mario to uncover the mysteries of the castle and save the princess. Now, while the plot itself is simple, there is still some merit to exploring Peach's castle and unraveling the mysteries within. The never-ending stairs are good for enhancing the mystery of Bowser, and each location has its own little teeny tiny isolated plot, so I think it does make slight improvements over the previous games, and I'm just gonna put it in B tier. Super Mario Sunshine. Mario, Peach, and Toadsworth go on vacation to Isle Delfino, where Mario immediately gets accused of murdering several people and committing several acts against God, so he is sent to community service. Although it turns out the culprit is actually Mario's stand, controlled by Bowser's son, Bowser Jr., who says Peach is his mom and takes her away. Now, just saying this now, but this is probably the Mario game that puts the most emphasis on the story. There's actual cutscenes with voice dialogue, and when Bowser Jr. says that Peach is his mom, she doesn't deny it. What have Bowser and Peach been doing this whole time off screen? Not to mention Flood, who becomes Mario's companion and slowly warms up to you as the game goes on. Even Bowser Jr. and B-Dog have a heart-to-heart at the end of the game. The bar is admittedly very low, but compared to the other games, this easily goes in S. Make of that what you will. New Super Mario Bros. DS. Bowser kidnaps Peach. D tier. New Super Mario Bros. Wii. Bowser kidnaps Peach. Cool final boss. C tier. New Super Mario Bros. 2. Bowser kidnaps Peach, but this time you have money. D tier. New Super Mario Bros. U. Bowser moves in with Peach and kicks Mario out. C tier. Super Mario Galaxy! The Mushroom Kingdom is living it up for the Star Festival, and Peach invites Mario over for some cake, which Mario is just a little too excited for. But then that no-good stinker Bowser shows up and lifts Peach's castle into space, and Kamek whisks Mario away to a far-off planet, where after playing with some bunnies, he meets Rosalina, who asks Mario to help stop that no-good Bowser from destroying the universe. So right off the bat, I'll say that this is probably the largest Mario plot in terms of scale. We went from saving one kingdom to the entire universe, and that intro cutscene was actually treated with some seriousness, and the stakes felt surprisingly high. And then we have the mystique about Rosalina and the observatory. Now admittedly, the plot does take a large break between the intro until you get the final grand star, but the finale is still pretty gosh darn good, with Rosalina essentially resetting the universe. Plus each galaxy has its own little mini plotline to distract you during the middle portion. And need I even mention the Rosalina storybook? I think this is an easy S. Super Mario Galaxy 2! Pretty much the same setup as the first, except this time instead of Rosalina, we get Lubba, who makes you join his pirate crew and transform his little planet into your head. I mean, it's essentially the same plot, but I'm gonna have to dock it some points for presentation. The first game had you running around in this 3D space as you headed to the castle, while this one was just a 2D plane. not really as exciting. Plus the stakes don't feel nearly as high, with Lubba and the crew feeling a lot more cheery and upbeat than the observatory gang, so I'm just gonna put it in A. Don't get me wrong, Tubba's a G, but I'm sorry. Mario 3D Land! Bowser kidnaps Peach, and there's a tree that spreads tanuki leaves everywhere. Now I would just put this in D tier and be done with it, but the game does do something pretty cool after each world, where the game shows photos of how Peach is doing. It even shows that she managed to escape at one point before getting captured again. You even get to see Mario's little reactions to them. It's something to shake things up, no matter how small it is, so I guess I'm gonna have to put it in C for trying something. Super Mario 3D World! The squad is taking a stroll when they see a clear pipe. After a little crash and a bash, they fix it, only to be rewarded with Bowser popping out and stealing the little pixie friend. So the boys plus Peach go in and try to stop him. Not much else really happens, so I'm gonna just put it in C. Although I will say that Bowser using his cat power-up at the end was pretty cool. And Bowser's Fury would probably go in B purely for the spectacle of Fury Bowser. Super Mario Odyssey! Game starts with Mario fighting off Bowser trying to marry Peach. But Mario gets mollywopped and is sent to the Shadow Realm, where he meets the Sentient Hat, who teams up with Mario and lets him use the Mind Transfer Jutsu on enemies. In this adventure, Mario travels the globe chasing Bowser and beating up the rabbits who are wedding planners. What I think Odyssey excels at more than any other Mario game here is the journey it takes the player on. Each kingdom sees a conflict that Mario has to resolve, and the townspeople thank you for it. Unlike most of the other games where the plot comes to a standstill during the middle part of the game, here you're given a purpose for going to each kingdom and solving their problem. Plus there are times when your ship crashes and have to deal with the consequences of that. And the third act of this game is arguably the strongest out of any Mario game. Mario finally makes it to Bowser's Kingdom, where it's revealed that Bowser is marrying Peach on the moon. And after you having one final showdown with the rabbits, you take to the stars and overlook the planet you've just been traversing the entire game. And when you crash the wedding hall, you have the epic clash with Big B until the cave you're fighting in starts collapsing. Left with no options, there is only one thing to do: take control of B-Dog himself. This scene is so awesome. I think Odyssey is definitely the best game in terms of its story and how it tells it, and I think it goes immediately to S tier. And finally we have Mario Wonder, where we see our intrepid heroes visiting the Flower Kingdom, where, that no good turtle is up to no good as he's powering up with the Wonder Seed and becomes a giant head. Now this is a very safe Mario plot for the most part. Your companion this time is Prince Florian, who really just gives you tutorials the entire game. I mean, there are little side stories in each world that are somewhat charming, whether it's getting water back to the desert or finding the lost researchers. So overall, I'm gonna give it a B tier. It does some cool stuff, but overall it's just kind of a safe Mario adventure. And that's all of them, I'm pretty sure. I did not actually check. While Mario games aren't really known for their story, it was still fun to look back at all these games with a more analytical eye. But let me know what your favorite Mario plot is, mainline or not. I mean, I'm just saying, if I could include spin-offs, then Hotel Mario would be straight in SSS, but that's just me. So until next time, see ya!